Welcome to CSJ Basketball on Munger Vision. We're at the beautiful CSJ Athletic Complex in Rutland, Vermont. You're looking at the CSJ women's team. We've already seen the men's team once this year as they defeated Green Mountain College. Well, we get our first look at the ladies team, the Fighting Saints, taking on Lyndon State College. And we'll get the introductions now for the Fighting Saints. We'll get the starting five.
And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Fighting Saints of CSJ. From Springfield, Vermont, number 5, Brianna Gunn. From Hennigan, New Hampshire, number 20, Robin Labrie. A forward from Welton, Vermont, number 21, Brittany Garrow. A forward from Fairhaven, Vermont, number 25, Amanda Howard. And a guard from Fulton, Vermont, number 32, Rachel Paquette. The head coach of the Fighting Saints is Mr. Jason Casarino. Assistant coaches Vicky Getty and Chris Parker. 1, 2, 3, set! And now at this time, I ask that everyone please run.
Lyndon State out there all set to go. We'll have the opening tip-off, 20-minute halves, overtime if necessary. And just a footnote, these two teams have played each other earlier in the week. It was a 90-49 win for Lyndon State College. So CSJ looking to improve each game like every team is. The unique thing about CSJ is they have all freshman players. I honestly can't remember the last time it ever happened in college ball, but all freshman players. Brittany Garrow, a high school graduate. I won't hold that against her. I've known Brittany since she was in diapers and went to school there. Her dad will never admit it, but we went to school together. He's a big stud, G.J. Garrow. She had a big night until she got in foul trouble against Lyndon. So they need her to stay in the game tonight, and I'll go through it's going to take me a minute to learn the roster for CSJ, obviously, since they have a all-freshman team. I haven't seen them play as a unit, and that shot off the mark, and rebound be down inside, and Amanda Howard from Fairhaven, Vermont got the rebound. Amanda Howard had a great career at Fairhaven. Of course, know her mom, Kim Howard. Most of the local players I know. There you go. Not Kim Howard, but Amanda Howard will get the basket inside. It's 2-0 CSJ with the lead. The Hornets in the green. CSJ obviously in their home whites are on their home court, and you're watching Munger Vision on PEGTV, Channel 15 Sports. You go to the website to catch all the sports you want, free on the internet. Go to www.pegtv.com, click video on demand. Whole bunch of games will come up. You click the game you want, and you can watch it in your own. And I think Paquette stepped out of bounds. Yep. 32, Rachel Paquette from Poultney High School. Whole bunch of Paquettes over in Poultney. Let's see, the most recent Paquette is Rainey Paquette. That's I covered over at Poultney, Vermont. Just finished up her soccer season, did a couple of games where they were at Proctor and MSJ. That ball will go down along the baseline. Lyndon looking for the first bucket, trailed by 2. They're going to swing the ball around, and a nice job blocked down inside by Howard. Boy, they got the ball down in on the blocks, down in the sweet spot, but couldn't convert the basket as Howard rejected the shot. And here comes Gunn. Did a lot of her games at Springfield High School when she come up and played Mill River and MSJ. And that's going to be blocks. So the teams answer each other's blocks, and we stay 2-0 CSJ. There's a steal by Howard, and she's trying to set up the dunk. No, she's going to pull it back out, and yeah, good shot, good decision. Shot clock at 27. Trying to go to Paquette, and the pass picked off, and Lyndon now. Trying to settle down and get into the the other thing too you never think of is Lyndon won by 41 points the other night. It's sometimes hard to find that intensity. We're tied at 2 now on that made basket by Lyndon. Gunn with the basketball, and she got fouled. Yeah, that was Danielle Lafont that committed the foul. So Lafont pulled from her bench not to reach. Vinny Maloney is the head coach at Lyndon State. Of course, Jason Casarino, the head coach. I believe Jason's in his 3rd year here at CSJ. One thing obvious right now, looking besides having all freshmen for the Fighting Saints out there, not other than if you count Brittany Garrow, not any height out there at all. And that was something they had to overcome last year. I would look at Howard and Garrow probably as your tallest people on the floor right now, and I would guesstimate Howard, she looks about 5'8", Garrow about 5'8". They'll give it off, and that's Garrow, and a little long and strong, and rebound by LeBrie. She must go all the way back up top to Howard from the free throw line. Got it. Howard will give CSJ back the lead. Lyndon quickly into the front court. Saints with 2 bodies on the bench for substitutions. Now, I'm not sure of their basketball background. They could be just athletes or bodies, but they could have basketball skills with a resume in basketball. We have a foul called. 4-2 CSJ with the lead, and 17-17 to go on the clock. And you're watching Lyndon taking on CSJ. And of course, I'll have the men's game. CSJ taking on the Lyndon State Hornets men's team at a later date on Channel 15. For CSJ men coming off a big come from behind win over Green Mountain College. What was one of the best ball games I've seen here. And I've seen many of them here at CSJ. Howard with the pass, and there's pressure being applied in the backcourt. Nice job of communicating. Gunn going to run the point, and Gunn might have carried it, and we're going to have a scramble on the floor, and yep. I think CSJ asking for, no, not a timeout, they're saying side out. Some confusion on possession here. They're going to tag it over. Remember the opening tip went out of bounds, and it should. Yeah, they're going to go. Yeah, they're correcting the arrow right now, so. Everybody on the same page now. Early season action. Got to get scores table in sync here. Again, I'll have lots of high school basketball for you also. And that's going to be from the corner. No good. We're tied at 4. And rebound by Lyndon State. Now, in the first meeting between these two schools up in Lyndon, until Garrow got in foul trouble and had to sit on the bench, it was 18-16 Lyndon. So obviously depth is going to be an issue. Pocket trying to go coast to coast. Oh, nice up and underneath move, and there's Garrow. So I like it. They picked up the tempo, drove the ball baseline to baseline. 6-4 Saints. I got to tell you, I don't mean this insultingly, if the Saints win this thing, I'd be the most surprised guy. Well, besides Coach Casarino, I'd just like to see them improve upon that first meeting. And again, with all freshmen, imagine if they can stay together for 2 or 3 years. And imagine if Coach Casarino sticks around that long. You know, have a junior, as juniors, have them all play together. They could have a devastating team. Howard going after it, ball go out of bounds, going to stay down this in with CSJ. New shot clock, obviously, the ball hit the rim. And a substitution.
Lyndon, number 33, Casey Steinmetz.
Yeah, Casey Steinmetz coming on, number 33 for Lyndon. That's Howard with the catch on the baseline, got double team, looking to kick the ball out. Gunn for 3, puts it up, and no. It looked good when the left hand Garrow kept the ball alive. It's going to be out of bounds to the Hornets. So in the back court, we're going to have Barclay. This is Barclay, the Lyndon State Hornet player. And, actually not a bad crowd on hand for a 5 o'clock start, because everybody's still at the supper hour, getting out of work hour. Up from the arc, and all twine. Steinmetz.
Casey Steinmetz.
Hitting a 3-pointer and giving Lyndon a 7-6 lead. That's Lyndon's first lead of the ball game. Nice screen set by Howard up ahead. Oh, they had the right idea. They had the right idea. They just had to pass a little bit too tall. And again, with the date fast approaching, I just want to remind you on November 27th and November 28th at the beautiful Paramount Theater, Rusty DeWee's The Loggers Holiday Show. And boy, if you haven't got your tickets, you better grab them up now. He is one awesome entertainer. And you can do that by going to ParamountLive.org and getting good seats to watch the Loggers Holiday Show. Howard to the hole, up, and Howard left it on the rim. Garrow up and left it on the rim. Garrow up. Oh, I like that on the boards between Howard and Garrow. Of course, Brittany Garrow played for Rutland Town in her grade school, 7th and 8th grade years.
Going to the line, shooting 2 for CSJ's number 21, Brittany Garrow.
I don't want to say she was a late bloomer, because she really wasn't given a good shake to get started at Rutland High School, but when she finally got a chance to show her stuff, she really excelled her senior year. And she's going to stay healthy. She's going to have a good year here in college. Comes from good stock. Her father was, now he wouldn't say he was. He was an outstanding ball player for Jim Levy at Rutland High School in 76, 77, 78. And Barry Burns, of course, the JV coach back then. For Jim Levy, an outstanding basketball coach. Oh, good shot for 2 points.
Casey Steinmetz.
Steinmetz coming off the bench and burning the net from the outside. She's got 5 points off the bench. 9-7, Lyndon with the lead. And LaBrie gave it back to Gunn. Shot clock at 16. This is from the outside and a little bit off the mark. Paquette. Oh, did she do it? Oh, I thought she saved it and bounced it off from Barclay, but she did not. But good hustle by Paquette from Pulteney, Vermont. Yeah, I can see tonight. The other night I came after I went to the eye doctor, got my eyes dilated. What a rush that night was, man. But you see the Saints out there in a zone defense, and if they continue to shoot hot, the Steinmetz outside, they're going to have to change that defense. Guerrero will get the weak side rebound and have the ball slapped out of her hands by Barclay. And there, speak of the devil, is Brittany's dad, Mr. Guerrero, and his youngest daughter.
Checking in for CSJ from Meriden, Connecticut, number 23, Holly.
Here to support the local college. Again, this should be Rutland's College right here at the CSJ. College basketball right in your backyard. We've already noticed the intense matchup between Green Mountain College and CSJ in the men's game the other night. Nice local schools, local rivalries, like the old Mayflower Conference. Paquette needing some help, and she's going down. Look at how Howard came out to meet the ball, goes up, and I don't know how she wasn't fouled. Because I'll tell you something. That either had to be a jump ball because they had locked onto it. She couldn't even lift her arms, or they had to have a hold of her arms, which is what they did. But boy, Howard keeps plugging away like that. She's going to have a decent night. Holly Crock in the ballgame, number 23 for CSJ. Her pass picked off. Now, I don't know when she snuck in. I didn't see her, but... And there's been nobody in foul trouble for either side. Howard wrestling it away out there, and she'll find Brianna Gunn now. Now, the Saints are going to have to really... Coach Casarino's going to have to really... Well, he asked for a timeout, and they didn't get it. Here comes the Hornets. Casarino calling for a timeout from the bench. Didn't get it, and they lost possession. 9-7, Lyndon. They'll go down in the low blocks up, and no, in and out. Guerrero had it, lost it. Guerrero touched it last, and it's going to be, nope, white basketball, they're saying. Yeah, Holly Crock, number 23, with the ball. Okay, so they said white, so it is going to be white basketball. So it'll be CSJ with the basketball. No, look at that pressure in the backcourt. They'll bring the ball over to Paquette. And Paquette, boy, that pressure right there, you got to get out of those corners. And there's the basket. Makes it 11-7. Steinmetz now with 7 of the 11 points. Yep. For the Hornets, and I'm just doing a lot of talking to everybody around me right now. That's why I have these little walls. Oh, look at Howard. Great pass, going to the line. That was Gunn and Howard. And, of course, Fairhaven for Howard, Springfield for Gunn. They played against each other many times in those NBL matchups. And
ball whistled on number 33, Casey Steinmetz.
Perfect pass. Nice roll to the basket.
For CSJ is number 25, Amanda Howard.
I think this is very, these are obvious things to say, but it's super important that CSJ stay within, I think, 10, 12 points in the first half. But if they get,
number 3, Samantha Foster.
I mean, if the hole gets too big, 20 points, 30 points, 40 points, then it just becomes smothering. Samantha Foster in the ballgame for CSJ, 1 and 2 for Howard, 11-8 Lyndon. This is Lyndon in the front court, and they're going to get turned over. CSJ will have the basketball, where they have to really capitalize. I like what I see offensively. There's a lot more motion and rolls to the basket and stepping off from screens. Last year, I think they just settled for the three-point shot. Too convenient just to stand there and bomb threes. They're going to call timeout. It's Coach Casarino. It's going to take a full timeout with the Saints down by 3. They'll have the ball in the first half on Munger Vision. A timeout. They drew up a different play, but they have Howard taking the basketball out of bounds. And she was just more decisive. Well, going to have a foul on Lyndon. Must have been away from the basketball. I didn't see it, but it's going to be on Steinmetz called for the foul. Like I said, she's got 7 of the 11 points for Lyndon, and she's been tremendous spark off the bench. As Garrow dribbling through all the traffic will take it all the way up, and oh, I tell you, I like it. She didn't finish it. She's got to learn how to dunk, but that was a good job at just, well, I don't know, she got control of the ball through all the traffic, but she did a heck of a job. I tell you, Coach Casper, I got on his case last year for recruiting. Oh, nice basket. Steinmetz. I don't know how she didn't start the ball game. She's got 9 of the 13 points now. And Howard with a great catch. And Garrow will told to settle it down. Bring it up, yep. Much more right around the defender. Pulls up from the baseline, and nope. Look at that weak side rebound by Kroc. Howard, no. Tell you, they're getting a lot more second chances than I thought they were going to. Talking about the Saints. This is going to go front court. Kroc slapped at it, hit the ball, and here comes Steinmetz down along the baseline. And he'll kick it back out to the elbow and top of the arc between circles. Now Lyndon setting up against. Well, I couldn't tell if it's a zone. I think it's a zone. And oh, they left it shy. Garrow had inside position, and the ball taken away by Lyndon. Timeout taken by Lyndon. So the Hornets take a timeout, up by 5, 13-8. With just 11:20 to go in the first half. So Lyndon getting organized now. They're going to have number 20, Naomi White, take the ball out of bounds. So White with the basketball. Steinmetz still in there, number 33. That is definitely a zone now. Yeah, it was kind of getting oblong shape. It really wasn't a 2-3 or a 2 or 3-2 or a 2-1-2. Gunn with the defensive kick, and that should not. Yeah, shouldn't reset the shot clock. Now, it wasn't below 15. It's at 18 on the shot clock. And Harris, Marissa Harris, looking to get the ball in bounds. So bring him all the way up top. It's a 3 ball, and that's not going to happen. And the rebound, nice job stepping back to the basket. And there it goes. Naomi White with the basket. 15-8 now. Lyndon. And that backcourt pressure will take its toll. If they don't have immediate dividends from it, it'll wear down the Fighting Saints. Like I said, endurance is going to be a big thing, and pacing there, figuring out how to place their substitutions in the ball game. That's all part of the learning process. And Gunn had her pass stolen away. Steinmetz on the run, gets the ball up top, and there's the basket on the fast break by Harris. Harris turns that steal into 2 points, and then lead now at 9, 17-8. Saints have held the lead. And on the shot, travel called. Garrow of Klein called for the travel. That'll wave the basket off.
Checking back in for Lyndon, number 22, Jasmine Harrington. Back in for CSJ, number 20, Robin LaBrie.
Harrington in 22 for Lyndon, and LaBrie 20 in the ball game for CSJ. She started the ball game. Got a breather. Well, alone in the corner, and they told her to take the shot, and she passed it up. And on the drive, they get it down inside the paint, and foul. As Garrow, I believe, will get called for the foul on the arm. Yeah, Brittany Garrow called for the foul, and that will send Lyndon on the line to shoot 2.
Brittany Garrow, her first. Going to the line.
Harrington at the line, Jasmine Harrington.
Is number 22, Jasmine Harrington.
Now, lots of good stuff coming up for you on PEGTV. Well, of course, with the holiday season. They have Tom Leipold and Mike Valentine and a whole crew down there. They're going around the community and getting taped seasons of the let's do that again. They're going around the community and getting people to express their happy holidays, whether it's like the fire department, the police department, or whatever, your business, and then they play it on Channel 15, and people love that stuff. Yeah, we're going to have Garrow take the ball out of bounds. 10 minutes to go. We're at the halfway point of the first half. Howard with the grab, and then waits to give it off to Garrow. And I'll tell you, that's batted around. And Lyndon will come up with the steal. And I'll tell you, this is getting into that real danger zone of letting the game just get totally, completely, mathematically away from you. And so, after all that scrambling around, Lyndon will get the basketball. And like I said, if you're the Saints, you want to realistically stay within 10, 12 points. They lost by 41 the other night, and I mean, it's a learning experience. I understand all that, but there also is just a psychological in the game. Howard will dribble, work her way slowly up the floor against that press in the backcourt. Howard looking to give it off the gun, and yeah. Well, I tell you, she's having all kinds of problems there. And Gunn had a chance for the steal. Oh, that's a great effort. They're going to call a travel on Harris. That was an awesome effort. While leaping through the air, she tried to pass the ball back to her teammate. Howard coming back to the middle of the floor. She's got to get used to handling the ball up top. I mean, I don't mean this as a joke, I don't mean meanly, but she handles the ball like a forward when she's away from the basket like that, and that's going to be a basket for Robin Labrie. That's Labrie's first bucket of the night, makes it 17-10 Lyndon. Oh, remember these matchups when, well, even when Diggs McGraw was the coach here at CSJ, he had Jody Chasty on his team. Lyndon and CSJ when it was a Mayflower Conference matchup, and then JoJo Valeni and her teams against Lyndon. All those were great games. The Steinmetz, her first miss, I believe, since coming in the ball game. Labrie with the weak side rebound will go off to Howard, and again she'll stand at the free throw line and looking for Gunn. And yeah, she's got to just put the ball on the floor, and when they give her the court, take it, bring it up the floor, under control, of course. And boy, she got in the air, wanted to whip the pass out to her teammate Croc and overthrew her.
Checking back in for the Hornets, number 10, Stephanie Barclay.
Team fouls stand at 5 for Lyndon and 2 for CSJ, and Paquette going to be coming in the ball game for the Fighting Saints, so she gets to the scorer's table to check in. Against Saints in that zone defense, 2-3 zone. And boy, almost picked up, and it's going to be a turnover caused by Croc.
Back in for the Saints from Polk in Vermont, number 32, Rachel Paquette.
Yeah, so Holly Croc will sit down and take a breather. Paquette will take the ball out of bounds. And we're going to have a Lyndon timeout. That's 2 timeouts in the last 5 minutes for Lyndon, and they're up 17-10. Okay, so Lyndon going over how to attack a zone. And Coach Maloney didn't like the alignment on the defense. And Garrow lost her balance, lost the ball, and yes. I think one thing they got to realize, the Saints, is when they're dribbling the ball up against the press, they're being guarded by 2 to 3 Lyndon players. There's got to be people to go pass over the top to. That's basic math. That's up and no. Tipped around and controlled by the Hornets. They'll give it off to Steinmetz. And but I tell you what, they got where she is. She shot the lights out. Got 9 points off the bench. Open, catches, fires, got it. Oh, she got a pretty shot.
Casey Steinmetz.
She just releases at the top of her jump, flicks that wrist on the follow through. Paquette along the sideline, works off the Howard pick. Paquette's going to go all the way in, and that's going to be knocked away from Paquette by number 22. Harrington. And I think Lyndon's going to be allowed. Yeah, they're going with the substitution coming. Naomi White, number 20, coming in for Lyndon. She's going to replace Abby Fadden. The Saints with 22 seconds on the shot clock as Labrie gets it to Gunn down into Garrow. They'll post her up. She'll turn and begin a little long, a little strong. Howard tips the ball to herself. She'll get on the floor, and a good fight for the ball. And she will earn possession for the Saints. Coach Castorino keeps calling side out, but it sounds like timeout. So, got a big task ahead of him this year. These are all his recruits for the first time since he's been here. And I think he's a good coach. We'll find that out this year. Honestly, I think I looked complacent last year on the sideline. That's not a knock against them, just an observation, hopefully. You know, with 8 freshmen, there's 2 ways to take this. Oh, I can hear the hand slap, brutal, yeah. He's going to be a foul called on Lyndon. So I believe that's Labrie, number 20. Yeah, Labrie taking the ball out of bounds. For the Saints, Danielle Lafont, number 11 in the game for Lyndon. And now he did say timeout, so we'll have a CSJ timeout down by 9 with 6:58 to go in half. Boy, that was a beautiful pass. I don't know how they fit the pass into her. And then Paquette will rip the ball out there, and the ball come back to Howard. And Howard, they're going to recycle. Bring it between circles. Brianna Gunn call out the play, and they'll run through this. Well, yeah, they're looking to set. So they overload the left side. They get it clear on this side for Garrow, and she'll dump the ball back inside to Paquette. Up, and tell you what, nifty move to get the shot off. Just didn't drop for it. Very creative, and they ran the play correctly. That's all positives. So I'd say two ways to look at 8 freshmen if you're a coach. You're excited because it's all your creation. There are 8 players you want recruited. They got a clean slate as far as college ball goes. They're going to learn your system, your philosophy. They're going to work with you throughout all practices. It's like getting a pile of lumber delivered and being a carpenter and then walking out and taking that pile of lumber and building a beautiful house with it. You created it. Got a foul down inside. His Gunn's going to be shooting a 1-on-1 now. 7 fouls on Lyndon. Just 2 on the Saints. Or you can look at it this way and say, oh my God, I got 8 freshmen. I'm getting too old for this. And just take it as drudgery, you know, all year. But I don't think Jason's going to do that. I've waited all season, all summer for this. I hope he's a better coach than a driver. He hit my parked car in my dooryard this year. And I have to give him crap for it because I let him off the hook with it. But we'll hope he doesn't coach like he drives. I waited all summer and fall for that. Okay. 1911 lead down to 8 as Gunn from Springfield, Vermont, sat on her second shot. No. Saints right around 50%, and oh, see, that's a tough one for Garrow to get. She got foul trouble the other night, and the reason I have a problem with that foul, and I don't have a problem with it, but Lyndon was 80 feet from the basket. There was just no need for that. That's her second foul, according to the board. And they'll set that zone defense up again. And what Lyndon had called timeout for earlier was they wanted their offensive linemen to be correct against the zone. Oh, Steinmetz in double digits. And the shot went through so clean. Look at that. I thought she was going to dunk it. The Steinmetz. Oh, yeah, that was reflex. LeBrie had the ball knocked down to her. And she caught it, and of course she was out of bounds, and that's a turnover. You know what they got? Basic stuff. Ball fake. Howard will pick up the foul. Yeah. She didn't have eyes in the back of her head. They got to communicate to her, and somebody's like that on an inbounds play coming up from behind. So Howard
number 25,
will pick up her first foul.
Shooting 2 for Lyndon is number 20.
That's the Saints now at 14 fouls. And White. Nope. Both teams a little cold from the line here in the first half. Saints down by 11, 5:45 to go in the first half of play. On college basketball, on Channel 15, on Munger Vision. It's Gunn. Able to get in the front court off the dribble. I like the way LeBrie wrestled the ball away. They want to go down to Howard. She's trying to post up. Tell you, Howard and Garrow both posted up very well in high school ball, considering they're only about 5'8", possibly 5'9". But they know how to use their body to create a passing lane for the guys to get the ball down inside to them. That's up, and oh, what a heartbreak shot right there. Looked like it was going to drop. Garrow will save it along the in line and got tied up, yep. And it'll be green ball. The arrow going this way for the Hornets. They'll take the ball out of bounds on the baseline of their own basket, and Barclay will be handled the basketball. And Barclay, number 10, went to Harrington, the Steinmetz. Back to Barclay, and no. Tell you, they really worked the play well, and this last touch by LaFont of Lyndon will go out of bounds, and CSJ will have the ball. And they've had to. Yeah, you got this press has turned into 4 or 5 baskets for Lyndon. CSJ broke it most of the time on the dribble up, and Paquette, I tell you, they gave her the baseline. She took it. She just didn't convert the shot. It was unique. It was creative. Up, and that fell off her hand before she could get the shot set. One thing about coming to CSJ the last couple of years to play girls basketball, you are going to play a ton of minutes.
Number 23, Abby Fadden.
Yeah, Fadden back in the ball game. We're number 23 in green for Lyndon. little jump hook shot and a foul. It's on Howard, it's her second. Yeah, 2 on Howard, 2 on Garrow.
Foul whistled on number 5, Brianna.
Oh yeah, you come CSJ and play ball. You get a ton of minutes because they usually play with 6 to 8 people on their team. So endurance in the preseason, in the off season, and in their training camp part of the season, huge. Got it.
Naomi White.
Saints being held 11 points here in this first half. On the positive side, they've only given up 24. Nice catch by Labrie. Took it too far to get the shot off cleanly, and rebound by Steinmetz. Steinmetz going to go all the way into the front court. She'll pull up, pop it, not drop it. And it's only her second miss of the first half. I believe she's at 13 points for Lyndon, and just phenomenal outside shooting here in the first half by Steinmetz. Right now they've got a lot of standing around on offense, and fatigue could be a problem right now. Now on the turnover, up, foul, and count it. Yep. That's one of those deals right there where you reach with your hands and you get real tired, and Gunn looking pretty winded right now.
Foul whistled on number 5, Brianna.
I believe that's Croc 23 coming in the ballgame for Gunn, for CSJ, so Gunn will be able to get a breather now. We're looking to complete the 3-point play. That's the 6th team foul now on CSJ, and Lyndon will get it. Pushing the lead now to 27 to 11. Lead at 16. That's the largest of the ball game for either side. Saints did have a brief lead early. And like I said earlier, 8 freshmen on the team for CSJ. I tell you, Paquette's been given the baseline and just hasn't had the shot cooperate with it, but she's had the baseline. And this is a 3-pointer. Oh, beautiful. That was Naomi White. And pushing it to 19 points, 30 to 11. Lyndon with the lead. And so Howard will be handed the basketball for CSJ. They run a line play to get the ball in bounds. They wanted to get it long, and that was covered. They're looking for Garrow to break free, and they brought Labrie back, and Labrie working off the screen. Labrie into the front court, and Labrie will give it off to Croc, so they were able to get to Howard to the hole, and Howard with the basket. Been a long time between buckets for CSJ. Now they'll cut the lead to 17. The backside wide open, up, and yeah, they got lucky there. They could easily call a foul. They didn't. Garrow will go back to get the basketball, go to her knees, and CSJ will call timeout to save possession. 2:49 to go, 30-second timeout. I gotta tell you, there are more people here for this game than I remember at all of the games last year. Paquette gonna have a foul. Well, she got her money's worth on the foul. We're gonna have the shots coming up as Harris will head to the line to shoot the 1-on-1.
Foul whistled on number 3.
But third time about coach is recruiting. He's, like I said, he's got Polteny, Fairhaven, Springfield. Springfield to me is local. It's only a less than an hour drive. Plus, like Brianna Gunn I'm talking about from Springfield, Vermont, she got a lot of exposure up here in Rutland because she played at Mill River, she would play Fairhaven, she would play at MSJ. So you get more people in the stands when you got local people, or recognizable names on the team. They can just pick up a recruit with some height. If I could put a Christmas list in front, they need a 6-footer. And they need a true, pure, confident ball handler for a guard. And that's going to go out from Howard, out of bounds. Hey, she got it 3/4 of the way down the floor. Well, they act like it's a hot potato. Don't be afraid of the basketball. Don't be afraid to dribble it. 2:30 to go in the half. CSJ, beautiful athletic complex. Boy, the zone overcommitted, and that ball's going to be saved. And Labrie, that what happened. Harris went to save it, got in front of Labrie, and And coach with a little discussion with the official. Garrow will make the catch. There you go. Put it on the floor. See what the problem they're having with the dribbles. They're bringing the ball right out in front of them. And yeah, remember a jump ball. Should be white basketball. Yeah. And that's hustling right there, getting on the floor, getting those floor burns. This is Labrie, number 20. Robin Labrie. Look at it into Garrow. That's a three-point shot, and nope. Howard tried to reach over without using the body to get a foul and put the ball around. We're going to have some subs. Brianna Gunn coming in, number 5 for CSJ, and Samantha Foster. So Foster coming in for Kroc and Labrie for CSJ. And we've hit it, the 2-minute mark. It seemed to take a long time to get there, but we've hit the 2-minute mark. 32-13, Lyndon with the ball, Lyndon with the lead. And Fadden will bring it up to Harris. Harris wants to go down inside, and that ball ripped free, and Garrow will take control of it. And she'll kill the dribble and get it up to Foster. Foster finds Garrow again. They get a little panicky with the ball, and they got the CSJ squad does. They got to relax with it. That's a heck of a catch by Gunn. She got bumped from behind. I believe Harris is going to pick up the foul. It's going to be, well, it's not going to be, it's going to be Barkley. In any event, that's going to send CSJ to the line, and Brianna Gunn going to the line. That's the 8th team foul. And so Gunn stepping up with 1:34 to go. Got it. Perfect, actually, perfect shot. Most of the scoring being done by Howard and Garrow. Labrie had a basket, and then Gunn, and Howard got fouled. Oh, she wheeled to the hole. Right there, she did all that without thinking. That was all natural instincts, and that was beautiful to watch.
Foul whistle, number 22, Jasmine Harris.
Oh, a lot of players just think too much.
For CSJ is number 25, Amanda Howard.
You could tell just how confident and quick the movement was to the basket. She wasn't thinking. Need a lot more of that. All twine right there. 9th team foul on Lyndon as they switch Paquette with Foster down on the blocks. 15-30, 32-15. Stays 32-15 on the missed shot. And they're going to pull back now and get set in their zone defense. Tell you what, Garrow and Howard get out of this first half with just 2 fouls. They played as hard as you've seen them play. That's a nice shot.
Stephanie Barkley.
With Barkley with the basket, Garrow looks and dumps it off to Paquette. Paquette's been a dribbler. She likes to take it coast to coast when she gets the basketball. Right now she's just doing a little left to right stuff. Kills the dribble, and Gunn will get it and stepped out of bounds. Shot. There's Barkley taking a deep breath there because she played some tight defense, and they let her play tight defense. There's no foul called on the play. And White will take the ball. Naomi White right in front of the scores table for Lyndon. And White with the catch, and there's the cutter coming in. The shot too hard off the glass, and that ball pops free into the hands of Foster. Jump ball, green basketball coming up on the baseline to Lyndon. The Hornets will take it out. They've got that 34-19 lead. Harris. Great inside position. The defender can't play from behind yet, and that was just bad right from the get-go. Paquette will pick up the foul, much to the relief of Howard, who thought she'd picked up her 3rd, but it's going to be on Paquette. So shots coming up with 41 seconds to go in the first half. No.
Now checking in for the Hornets, number 15, Shauna Buck.
On the substitution coming in will be Shauna Buck, number 15 for Lyndon, and there's a swish.
Naomi White makes 1-2.
There's the catch by Paquette, and then she realized the court was open, works off the screen by Howard. No, they had Foster wide open, and she stepped out of bounds. Yep. Yeah, gotta know or gotta learn court awareness. where you are on the court. That's what I mean. I guess what I heard to the grapevine is some of the players on CSJ aren't basketball players. Like they haven't played at AAU and summer leagues and high school ball and all that. And no, it's tough at this level to start from scratch and trying to learn it all. Howard, great catch, traveled. Tell you what though, she's got some hands on her. She's made some tremendous grabs here in this first half. I'm impressed by that. A lot of the low, well, she was considered a low post player in high school. Well, I considered a low post player in high school. But a lot of that is just the ability to catch the ball, because the only times you get the ball dumped down inside to you, and she catches the ball extremely well, as does Garrow. So Fadden with the crossover drills the pass along the baseline, and I think it was the right idea. The pass just a little bit too much juice on it for White to handle. And with 2.7 seconds to go, CSJ, it's possible to get a shot off, but not probable. First of all, they're just waiting. They don't have enough strength to shoot it from there, and they didn't really go down the floor. And we made it to the half, 35-15. Lyndon with the lead over CSJ. Same five that started the ball game for Coach Casarino. You're looking at Labrie, number 20. 5 is Gunn, 21 Garrow, 25 Howard, and 32 Paquette. The Saints will have the ball first. They're down by 20. And, you know, in this kind of case, you just forget about the score and come out and want to execute your plays and really run things correctly, execution. They got a lot of homework to do right here. 8 freshmen, and that's going to be a steal, ball intended for Howard, and here comes Lyndon. And they're motoring into the front court. They're going to take it all the way up and draw the foul. Right there, Rachel Paquette will draw the foul. It's going to be an offensive foul as Barclay looking to go baseline to baseline, and some question on the call from Coach Maloney, but a little home cooking there for the Fighting Saints. As Paquette dribbles left, goes right, cuts inside, puts it up, and got it. And she had some moves in the first half like that, but was unable to convert them into points. This time she's able to get the baskets, and that'll rim out. And Howard will tie up White, and that's going to be Green basketball. So you get the defensive play called from the sideline from Coach Casarino. They'll bring it. And some confusion there. They go, now they all found the right spots, right people. And White pushed it up and in, and she got the great spot on the floor, just missed the shot. Here comes Garrow down the floor. Now Garrow with 2 fouls and Howard with 2 fouls. That's, I believe, the only players on CSJ with 2 fouls. Labrie to Howard. She'll put it on the floor, put it up, and got it, Howard. So the Saints start off with a modest 4-0 run, just like they did at the start of the ball game, 35-19. A lot of it is just really, they lack a real confident ball handler and a little height. Other than that, really, seriously, they've got a good base here for these 8 freshmen. And that's not saying somebody can't develop into a ball handler. It's just tough at this stage, college ball. If you're not a ball handler at this point, you don't have a lot of time to work on it right now. And that's going to be off the front of the rim on the floor. Gunn will get the rebound, and she'll dribble back to the baseline, loop around, and make the long pass up ahead to Garrow. And Garrow got slapped out of her hands by Fadden. They'll go out of bounds. It'll be CSJ ball, looking to start this off with a 6-0 run here in the second half. They had a 4-0 run right now. And it was intended for Gunn, and LaFawn slapped it out of bounds. Or Barclay, I apologize for that. It's Barclay that slapped it out of bounds. Garrow will make her way to the corner, and she'll, they want her to slide over there. She goes. Brittany in a good spot now. She'll get the ball in bounds. As Labrie, they'll work it around the horn. Howard had the ball stripped, and got a foul called, and it should be shots. She was in the act of shooting. Nope, possession, wow. So LaFont called for the foul. They're going to give it to him on the floor, and inside the Paquette, and the ball was rejected, and There were numbers there for Fadden. She's got a 3-on-2 break right now. She'll duck inside, and that's going to be a foul on Garrow. It's going to be number 3 on Garrow. .21, yeah, they're just waiting for the number 2 shots. Yeah, so Fadden will go to the line.
Shooting a pair for Lyndon is number 23, Abby Fadden.
It's Foster and Kroc on the bench right now for CSJ. That's their complete bench. Got it. First points of the second half for Lyndon come from the free throw line. Got it.
Abby Fadden.
37-8 to 19, 18-point lead for Lyndon. The Hornets in the green, looking for the sweep of CSJ. They took a little while to kind of get intense, but they've ran through their offense relatively well now, and then we're going to have a travel call. Yeah, Howard was in a whole bunch of traffic down there, and she got a ticket for traveling. And Vicki Getty, I forgot to mention that, the assistant coach for CSJ. Of course, a 1,000-point scorer in her career at CSJ, part of a Sunrise Conference championship team. And then Dr. Rob Larson coached the women's program. Now she's the assistant coach.
Ball whistled on number 20, Robin LaBrie.
And LaBrie will be called for the foul. That's going to be her second foul. 2 fouls apiece here team-wise on each side. And that'll stop the clock with 17:11 to go in the ball game. Yes, and I will have the CSJ Lyndon men's game at a later date on Channel 15. Or if you can't wait, you can always go to PEGTV.com, click video on demand, and watch the game at your leisure on your computer, on the internet. Scaro's got I'm not really sure why she did that, but it worked out in the long run. It just made it an adventurous trip down the floors. Paquette will bring it back to Gunn, and Gunn will bring it back to Paquette. We'll play toss on the perimeter, and Gunn will fake the shot. Paquette will drive, put it up, and get it. Paquette with 4 points here in the second half. That was a very patient offensive set that time for the Fighting Saints. And they're going to turn it over as Barclay wasn't expecting the ball from White, and they'll throw it out of bounds. Yeah, we're going to have a Lyndon timeout. 37-21 Lyndon. Yeah, the same thing happened in the first half. Lyndon kind of got out of sync with the choppiness of the game. And their coach calling a timeout, trying to just get them straight on their assignments, get them to focus on that. It's going to be CSJ ball. That was kind of different coming out of the timeout, and then Lyndon's team wasn't their ball, but Lyndon's got zone defense now. We'll see how the Saints attack this. Yeah, you can't. That's a tough play to pull off against the zone like that. Everybody dropped down. They're looking for Howard, and they'll come off now to LaFawn. On the drive, found White open, puts it on the floor, got fouled. Yeah, that's Garrow's 4th foul now. Yeah, and that was kind of trouble they had gotten into up in Lyndon. And there is no movement off the bench, so they're going to go with Garrow here with the 4 fouls. And Naomi White with the swish. And her second shot up, and good. Pushes the lead up to 18 at 39-21. And that 2-3 zone coming out to meet Gunn. Paquette with 4 second half points. Got it to Howard, and that's open look for LaBrie. Nope. Howard almost got the rebound. Here comes Fadden. And she had a little problem getting a handle on the basketball. No cost in possession. It's going to be a double dribble.
Number 33, Casey Steinmetz.
And there was a sub, and I missed it. That came in for Lyndon. So Gunn to LaBrie. She'll pass up the shot this time. Nice drop down, helped by LaFawn that time. She read the pass and just moved down from the top of the 2-3 zone and made the steal. Great pass to Fed. And Steinmetz, that's who came in. Steinmetz, a freshman. I believe they said she had 15 first half points. Barclay up and going to go to line for chance to make it a 3-point play. All right there, they just got scrambled around defensively. And Croc going to come in for LeBrie. That's a CSJ change as Holly Croc coming in, number 23 in white.
Checking in for CSJ now, again from Meriden, Connecticut, number 23, Holly Croc.
And she will make the play, a 3-point play with a free throw, and they'll pull on the press to set up the zone. And here comes Brianna Gunn. Nearing the 15-minute left to play mark. We played 5 minutes of the second half. 42-21. Lyndon with the lead, and that almost became a pass. Howard couldn't save it to go out of bounds. It's going to be green basketball. Now, half the deal with being a college coach, a lot of these high school coaches step up to the college level, even a small college like CSJ is, you got to get your players. You got to recruit. That's whole. Like Dave Blake, I thought was just the most awesome coach. I think he still is. But there's a man that knew X's and O's, which he's wanted as a coach, obviously. He loved the history of the game, knew the history of the game. He was a purist. He communicated to his players. I mean, unbelievable command of respect. But he was a heck of a recruit. He got some guys to go play for him at Castleton College. I mean, back before Castleton was a hot place to be, he was getting tremendous athletes. Up and got it. Well, they kept it close for a while, CSJ did, but this one's on the ropes right now, 46-21 Lyndon. And I told Coach Castorino this before, and I said last year, I mean, one of the things came from the high school level where the players, are supplied to you. And he's getting better, I guess, at recruiting, but he's got to get a jump on him. What we're looking at now with 8 undersized freshmen. Well, I guess to be blunt, he learned the ropes on the recruiting aspect. He might not be in this situation right now. I think they're 8 good players. I think he's done a good job of getting them here. But I think it was an unexpected learning curve for him in taking the job on. Up and no. Benetatis, Mark Benetatis, the most recent, well, Ray Fish is the athletic director, but Benetatis was the athletic director before him. He was a coach here at CSJ also, and he had tremendous, he was a Mayflower Conference champion coach. He was an incredible recruiter. Went to Northampton Prep School. Big plus here besides, again, players respected him instantly. Knew the game well, former player, but he could recruit. Had contacts. Great job. Didn't get the bucket, but great job. Howard will get the basket. That was the prettiest play of the night that they ran.
Foul whistle on number 20, Naomi White. Amanda Howard's basket is good.
Now Paquette going to get a breather. LeBrie coming back in for her. Those are CSJ switches. LeBrie will wear number 20. And I should do the score. It's 48-23. 48-24. It's Harris, Marissa Harris coming in the ballgame now for Lyndon. And Harris will go in the backcourt. Looks like she'll run the point. Well, you look at Castleton's men's hockey program. Was it Coach Alex Todd? I think the biggest thing he did in the first, 3-4 years there was they went through the growing pains. Because I videotaped their hockey team. People forget that. I did before anybody wanted to do their hockey or their sports. Before it became a hot deal to do it, I videotaped his hockey season back when they couldn't win a game. But what he did, he's turned into quite a recruiter. He's brought in some tremendous players from the Midwest, the Great Lakes regions. I mean, hotbed of hockey. He's done a great job of recruiting. Garrow on the wheel to the basket. Nope. Look at Howard. Howard's playing like a 6-footer out there. She's doing a good job. Naomi White called for the foul, and Howard heading to the free throw line.
For CSJ is number 25, Amanda Howard.
As Amanda Howard flexes, shoots, and rattles it out. And on her second shot, we'll have it.
Amanda Howard.
Again, CSJ. Well, I should say, no, they've gone man-to-man. I was surprised to see that there was all zone in the beginning. Gunn will get to the basketball, then zip her way out of traffic and head up the middle of the floor. And Brianna Gunn to Croc and almost banks it up and in. As Bree will get to travel. Bree got to the ball and then tried to split the defense. And Foster coming in at number 3 for CSJ.
Samantha Foster. Samantha hails from Salem, New Hampshire.
Yeah, so Harris again with nothing but an open court to work with. Steinmetz. LaFond high, arcing shot. There's White, and White will get the rebound, put it up and in for Lyndon. We've gone below 12 minutes to go here in the second half. 50-25, Lyndon. Howard, pass intended for Garrow, slapped out of bounds. Stays CSJ ball, side out, and that's going to be LeBrie taking the ball out of bounds. To Howard, the duck up underneath, the step back, and almost pulled that off. Again, she was very creative like that in the low post at Fairhaven. Harris giving the ball between circles, comes back to Steinmetz, and going to do a nice job of. You see how they reversed the ball against that? That time it did look like a zone. We're going to foul called. White 5, Gunn. So Gunn called for the foul, and White at the line, Naomi White. And she'll miss the first one. She gets a second chance here. Each team with 5 team fouls. And she'll get that one.
Checking back in for Lyndon now is number 15, Shauna Buck.
Shauna Buck, 15 in the ballgame for LaFond for Lyndon, the Hornets. Got this one pretty much in control at 51-25. And there's the bump. Howard will turn and jump ball. Green basketball. Had to wait because they had 2 fouls. Lyndon basketball after they tie up Howard. Jasmine Harrington just in the ballgame will go right to the baseline and bring the ball into play for the Hornets. Can shot Harris in the backcourt. No pressure in the backcourt by CSJ. So we're at 11 minutes to go in the basketball game. On the penetration, Harris stops, 6-footer, got it. Well, she found the seam in that defense and took advantage of it, and did a good job. They'll come back to Gunn, and she'll push the ball to the free throw line. Garrow playing with the 4 fouls, had her pass picked off, and Harris up, and Harris got it.
Harris.
Again, the backcourt consists of LeBrie, number 20, and Gunn, number 5. And I tell you what, that no-look pass didn't find its mark, and all the outlet up ahead. Harris got the ball just as she crossed over midcourt. Steinmetz had a big first half off the bench, and there's another basket for Buck this time, 57-25. We're at the halfway point of the second half of play, 10 minutes. And we have a CSJ timeout. And so it was a CSJ timeout called by Coach Casarino. And he did it at the midway point. And again, he's trying to, I don't know what he did that time, but I know he's trying to be strategic. with such a short bench and so many minutes logged by his players, he's trying to use the timeouts to help him get a quick breather, like almost coming out of the ball game for a little bit. On the miss, here comes Fadden. Fadden and the green on the elbow will give it down the side to Buck, and Buck wants to bring it back up top and hold up the shot. Steinmetz this time passed it up, and Harris, who's ran the point since she's come in the ball game, leaves it open for Buck, and in and out, and it'll pop down in the hands of Howard, and Howard will find Gunn. Garrow playing with 4 fouls for CSJ, Gunn with 2. And the ball up to LeBrie. She wants a 3-ball it, and just off of Howard with an offensive rebound, puts it up and up. Garrow got hacked. They call a foul. Well, the coach is upset, and I can't tell if he's upset with the call or the lack of the shot. When you go up like that, you can't pull it back down. You got to finish it off. All right, I wonder if she got, well, in any event, it was a turnover, so 9 minutes left in the basketball game. Steinmetz, I believe I heard them say she had 15 in the first half off the bench. Up and ducks underneath the defender. It'll get the roll and it'll drop in there. There's Paquette going to be coming in for CSJ here at the next opportunity. Garrow, 3-ball on it. Nope. Hard off the window. Comes down to Harrington. She'll give it off to Fadden. Fadden. They dump it down inside. Good catch and a lot of traffic. They'll kick it back out. Harris up and no. Go out of bounds. Should be white basketball. It's Foster coming out, number 3 for CSJ, and it's going to be Paquette who has gotten better here as the game's gone along. She had a lot of penetration in the first half, but couldn't get the shots to drop. And she was able to get a couple of the shots to actually go her way here in the second half. As LeBrie got the ball down into Howard, and I believe she got held. Yeah, it's going to be called on Buck. And I believe it's the 1-on-1. The scoreboard said 6. Yes, there will be just the 16 foul. But Gunn wide open. Going to take it, and nope, she's not too long about it. Paquette kept it alive. Ball on the floor, picked up by Gunn to Paquette. She's going to go up and draw the foul, and that's going to drop. 6 points in the second half for Paquette. And she's got a chance to make it a 3-point play here. Now Harrington will get the foul.
The basket by Rachel Paquette is good. It's Rachel with the shooting 1.
That's a Paquette having a very good second half of play here. Well, no, I thought it was going to happen for her. Garrow with a great job of saving it to Paquette, who lost it. Had in the help losing it, slapped out of bounds by Lyndon. LeBrie on the baseline. 59-27 Lyndon. Yeah, it's going to be slapped away, and we'll just do it again. They're trying to squeeze the ball in a very small opening down into Howard. Howard on the wheel drew the foul. Now, once they let her catch the ball on the blocks, it was going to be trouble for Lyndon. You just can't let them get that spot like that down low.
Going to the line, shooting through for CSJ is number 25, Amanda Howard.
Not she rushed it. That coach has told her to take her time. She rushed that right from the start. And she'll get the second one. So Howard having a good night for CSJ. It's Harris with the basketball. We'll get it to Fadden, and Harris fakes the shot. Steinmetz up, and nope, not this time. Long shot creates a long rebound, and Gunn will race to it just beyond the arc, get it under control, and work over the timeline now. And look at the clock real quick. She's got 23 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time, obviously. Can you leave it here for Paquette? But again, they're doubling, tripling on Howard and Garrow. And it's going to be Howard also. Howard's got to be in double digits by now. But I just think if they had They've got Garrow and Howard, but they had just a 5'10", 5'11", 6-footer. I mean, you're talking about just a few little tweaks here and there, and really having an above-average team. On the drive, a foul called, and Steinmetz, the freshman, going to the line for Lyndon.
Foul whistled on number 5, Brianna Gunn.
Gunn will pick up the foul. That's foul number 4 on Gunn.
33, Casey Steinmetz.
There's Kroc getting set to come in. Holly Kroc, number 23 for CSJ.
Again checking in for CSJ.
And Gunn will sit down. So Gunn with 4, Garrow with 4. And Steinmetz, second shot's good. Better than good, it's perfect. We got a Lyndon timeout, 60-30 Lyndon. And that was a Lyndon timeout. Saints with the ball and the clock down below 7. We're at 6:45 to be exact. Left in the basketball game. Don't worry about overtime tonight. It's Lyndon by 30. As Paquette will back up and make the grab. And Labrie lets it fly, and again, she's just been missing by a little bit. And Garrow with the first putback, no good. Howard missed, and now Paquette up, and no. Tell you, I like seeing that aggressiveness on the boards by the much shorter Saints like that. And Fighting Saints will have the basketball back with a new shot clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock. As Labrie looks in the paint, and Howard becomes open, goes up, and no. Tell you, nice job of getting the spot down low. She just couldn't convert it into a basket. Here comes Fadden with the basketball. She'll hesitate and then give the pass off to Buck, and Buck will swing it up top to Harris. Harris open at the free throw line, will set, fire, and no. Offensive rebound, hit the basket support. That is out of bounds as Harrington took the shot. And that will bring the clock to 6 minutes even. Now it's going to be a learning process all season long for the Fighting Saints. Yeah, that'll go out of bounds. And Howard checking her finger. I think she jammed her finger on that attempted catch. A couple Saints playing with 4 fouls. Early in the second half, remember Garrow picked up her 4th foul, but doing a good job of hanging in there. And Gunn with 4 fouls on the bench right now, as Garrow had pressured the ball. And they were a little slow on reversal against that zone, but they find the seam, and Fadden goes inside. No good. Rebound will come down to Howard, and she's got to have a double-double. I don't have a stat in front of me, but she's got double digits in points and in rebounds right now. She's looking at that finger still. Like I said, like she jammed it or something. Paquette will get the ball back from Labrie, and that pass was tipped. It goes to Howard. She'll go to the hole and get it. Howard with the basket makes it 60-32 Lyndon. There's the cut to Fadden. She'll go up, and nice. Boy, on that 2-3 zone, that just shouldn't happen. Labrie's trying a couple threes from out there in this half. She passed up the shot that time. Kroc will dump it to Howard. Again, she'll go, and she's got a nice low post move. Paquette had it, and the ball squirted up and out of her hands. And they'll go to Buck down the court. And Buck will let Kroc go by, and she'll pass it off from the leg of Harrington.
Checking back in for CSJ, number 3, Samantha Foster.
Foster coming in for Kroc. That's a Saint switch right there. As we're winding it down to 4 minutes left. Shot up, shot off the window, no good, trying to bank it in. Buck gets a pass up ahead to Harris. Harris will lay it out, and the finish by Fadden. Fadden, much more comfortable in a fluid situation, Fadden is. In a transitional game, she seems very good out there. And that's going to be Labrie, and it'll be a little bit short, and they'll struggle for the ball, and that's going to be Howard battling for it, and she'll get possession back for CSJ. Again, she's by far going to be the leading point scorer tonight for CSJ. Rebounder and up, and Garrow, no, Garrow again. Garrow will get it. Brittany Garrow with the basket. As Gunn set to check in now with 3:26, Fadden got down the floor, and Fadden again with the basket. 66-34 Lyndon. Now Paquette looked to her right, saw that Labrie was covered. They'll go down inside to Howard. Garrow, and nope. She'll hustle to get down the floor, Garrow will, and Harris makes it. And we're going to have a Lyndon timeout with just 2:57 to go. 8 fouls on Lyndon as team 6 on CSJ. And that's really irrelevant at this point. It's 68-34. Lyndon with the lead. Tell you, there were moments that CSJ did some things extremely well. Howard, I thought, had a monster game. There's another basketball. I mean, you can't substitute for height, no matter how much you hustle. And right now, that's going to be a problem area all year for CSJ, is the lack of height. But and they played hard, and they did. There were moments they executed very well. Travel called, Steinmetz called for the foul. And CSJ Paquette will take the ball out of bounds. And Gunn will turn and see the court wide open and bring the ball down the floor on the far side. There's, again, not a bad crowd on hand for the women's game. It's a 5 o'clock start. I know I'm tape delayed, but Gunn's pass tip gets to Garrow. She'll put it up and got a three-pointer for Garrow. We're down to just under 2 minutes ago. Foster in the game came out to pressure the ball. It was LaFond that had it, gave it out to Harris, and Harris to Harrington. Guarded by Howard. Howard, that's going to be a foul on Foster, yeah. And that should be shot 1-1. I say Howard, I don't remember coming out in the second half. I mean, if she did, it was very brief. She has put in a ton of minutes tonight for the Fighting Saints. No, that was a 1-1, yeah. And Naomi White got hammered. That will be on Howard. Well, what happened there is they all kind of lost track. In fact, it was just a 1-1 foul.
Now on the line shooting for Lyndon, number 22, Jasmine Harrington.
And so Harrington now will swish that first one. And Harrington will get it off the back heel of the basket. Howard with yet another rebound. If I had to guess, she's got to be around, I don't know, 22 points and 15 rebounds. I'm not, again, I have no stat man, I'm just guessing. There's no way she doesn't have a double-double. Garrow with the step inside, kept the ball alive. Howard had it ripped from her fingertips, ends up in the hands of Foster. She brought the ball over the top of her head, and Steinmetz will knock it away and steal it. Steinmetz into the front court with 1:16 to go in the basketball game. Gives it back to Buck, and Buck going to set up the play and go between circles, and let everybody get in formation now. She'll stop the start a couple times, and Harris will end up with the basketball. They want to roll Harrington to the baseline, and again, pass was at her feet. And that made it hard for her to handle, and that gave CSJ a chance to react to the ball. That was Gunn that got to it, tied him up. The arrow will go with Lyndon. And Harris, after they run the stack play, will just flip it up top to Steinmetz. Now, again, if you missed the first half, she put on a shooting clip in at number 33, and Green did Steinmetz. That, and I lost track of it too. Shot clock violation. Lyndon lost track of it.
Shot clock expires. CSJ basketball.
And so the Saints will have foul back with 49 seconds on the game clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock. And with a basket here, they'll equal their output in the first game between Lyndon and CSJ. Darrow on the drive, was looking for the whistle, didn't get the call, and here comes LaFon. And again, the shot clock, about 4-second differential. So the shot clock still is in effect right now. As LaFon. Now Lyndon's going to have to take a shot or get a violation. At this point, really is irrelevant. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, shot up, and you know, 5, 4, 3, and this ball game will be history on that last second shot. And the Fighting Saints and Lyndon will wrap it up. And congratulations to Lyndon. They'll win at 69-39, and a good effort by the Fighting Saints. Get out there and support CSJ basketball.